Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Shadow and Sun show, and welcome to the first of what I hope to be a multi-part series on why we play the game. And by the game, I mean whatever game you love, whether it's a board game, a role-playing game, a war game, a card game, whatever game you play with your friends, family, and loved ones. I've been gaming as far back as I can remember, from games like Stratego and Broadside with my old man who taught me the love of the games, to my early role playing game beginnings at the Unicorn's Lair and Bob's Comics back in the late 70s and the early 80s, where I got my start as, for the most part, a forever dungeon master. I've been playing role playing games and adventure games, whatever you want to call them, since I was 12, 13 years old, and have been relegated to the position of game master for most of that time. Recently, though, through YouTube and through online gaming and some great people who've invited me to actually get to play again as a player as opposed to a dungeon master. Guys like Crafty Matt Craft, DM Bloodworth, Bruce Lombardo, and hopefully many more people that I'll get to game with, so that I can get a fresh new perspective of what it's like to be on the other side of the GM screen. And today I want to talk about why I play the game. Why you play the game, that's entirely up to you. These are going to be a few suggestions, and hopefully, we can start up discussions in the comment section or my email address for those of you who have it. I'll probably put it in the description of this video. But it's the love of the game. There are so many games, as you can see above me, and if you were to ever take a tour through my home, you would see games everywhere, from chess sets and video games to role-playing games, war games, board games, etc. I love games. I love gaming, but even video games occupied part of my life. Not so much in the past couple of years. I just have not found a video game that really grabbed me. But that's topic for maybe another video. There are so many genres of games that I'm a huge fan of, but regardless of the game, it's often the people I play with that are really sometimes more important than the game. Don't get me wrong, I love the concept of gaming and adventuring and going on missions and delving into dungeons and fighting dragons and robots and monsters and all that stuff. But for the most part, I wouldn't have been able to do it alone. And I've had many great friends throughout the decades who I've been blessed with the ability to game with. I could just be one of those people who just video games and played by myself, or maybe played online, or played with friends, sitting on the couch, having a good time. But for the most part, I've been a role player, a war gamer, an adventure gamer, uh, even a bunch of card games. Doom Trooper still to this day being my all-time favorite game. And if you don't know about Doom Trooper, don't look, because I'm still buying cards and I don't need the competition. No, really, if you liked Doom Trooper, I hope you have some great games. But without the friends, without the really great friends I've had over the years, it wouldn't have been possible. And for some people, that's not as important, but for me personally, your miles may vary. It really wouldn't be possible without some great friends at your side to fight against, to fight alongside, to to game with. It's really, for me, what's really important. And using the word friends, for me, includes a big word, that word being loyalty. I've always been loyal to my friends and valued their returning of the sentiment. If you've had friends for decades, then you know what it's like. You know that they've stuck with you, not just at the gaming table, but through the thick and the thin, the good and the bad, and that's really for me more important than the actual game. I've played some crappy games with some good friends, and they were out of this world. Just wonderful experiences, and without them at the table, it just wouldn't have been the same. Now, I've played some great games with some absolutely horrible people, and the game just, it can't stand up on its own. I don't care what game you're talking about. If the people at the table don't mean anything to you, for me, then it's hard to enjoy the experience to its fullest. Now, that's not to say that strangers and new acquaintances can't become great friends. To the contrary, I've only been on YouTube for a little over 2 years, but as someone who's met new people and developed friendships and relationships over the past 6 or 7 months, I've made some pretty good friendships. And for me, that means being loyal to them regardless of their flaws. Despite that, my mom had an old saying, friends are people who know all about you and like you anyways. And that's always stuck with me, and that always will. Those commitments, whether said or unsaid, are really what make you the person you are and you're going to be. Without loyalty, you're just one guy floating out there in the ether. If you have no loyalty to your friends and your only loyalty is to yourself, then we probably can't be friends. Sorry to say, but that's a biggie for me, and a quality I'm instilling with to my son, and he's completely embraced that notion. You are a better person for it. You may get stabbed in the back or betrayed or whatever you want to call it by those people, but if you go into a relationship with your friends with that in mind, you can't lose. You may feel like it sometimes, but you can't. And to have those loyal, great friends at the gaming table, there are many things that are better than that. Like I said before, a great game with people you can't stand, I guess, can't be good. It just can't be, or it can't be as good as possible. It can be okay. It can even be enjoyable, but there is nothing that compares to having a table of good friends, a good game, and a good evening. And like we always say here at the Shadow and Sun Show, play the games you love with people you love, and everything will be right with your world. So, that being said, I'm going to say have a great day. I will be back with more of my ramblings, probably tomorrow. We'll see. I've got a busy schedule this week, and hopefully I will be getting to play a game this evening with a good friend, that being Rick from 28mm RPG, and I hope to get some Traveler action in tonight. Maybe my son will join us, maybe not. And then tomorrow I get to play another game, and with DM Bloodworth, and that's been a fun game. And this weekend I get to play in Bruce Lombardo's Pathfinder game, and we'll talk about all these experiences along the way, and we will, have our usual game reviews and book reviews, movie reviews, and crafting videos, and of course painting videos throughout the week. I hope you guys will, come by and say hello, and start up a conversation in the chat section, or our email address. We're I'm always near an internet device and always ready to talk and chat with you guys. And hopefully I'll get a chance to talk with a new friend. More on that later, but I hope you guys have a great day, and give me your thoughts in the comment section. What you think? Would you rather play a great game with strangers, or would you rather play a crappy game with some good friends? And let me know what you think. I'll talk to you guys real soon. Goodbye.